I don't really care who watches this video, if you do or if you don't. I hope there is a contradictory statement here, but like I hope there is somebody who does, like right now, genuinely care whether or not they know why I'm uploading or not, but like I'm not doing too well. And I'm sure the flag in the background can give you a clear reason why. I'll spare you the tangent about the election. If you want to know about that, just go to my Twitter. The one time I'll actually tell you to go there. But feeling a fear for what's going to happen, for what the state of living's even going to be like, if it's going to cost more just to survive, if I'm going to get thrown out of the country or subject to hate crimes just because someone who is, according to the 14th Amendment, not eligible to be president got into office again anyway. Which, by the way, if you support MAGA or voted for Trump knowing full well what his policies were, I think it's very clear that I want you to fuck off. I just want to open up about my feelings and vent a little, because Jacksepticeye told me to do so. And Jacksepticeye along with Markiplier have been my biggest inspirations. If the gameplay format content wasn't, you know, evidence enough. You know, back when I started doing YouTube, I was really optimistic. Because my videos, I took a lot of effort into editing to make them watchable, to make them still some level of fun for viewers. Even if they weren't the best in the world, they were still something that I hope you'd be able to come back to. Obviously that wasn't the case, but like, I did my best. And YouTube's always been more of an escape for me than anything. It's always been my passion. It's always been something that I've loved and cherished to do. And I've always really held a deep care for the YouTube community and hoped I could be part of it someday. I really wanted that. I just wanted to be in a place where I could thrive for my creativity and belong. And while there are other places that would take me more effort that I theoretically could belong in, I liked YouTube because it was the thing that felt the most natural to me. But unfortunately, it turned out to be one of those sad circumstances, at least to date, where I kind of was hindered by the unfortunateness of time. I tried starting all the way back in 2017, 2016, but like, that channel obviously went nowhere because I was a stupid dumb child. Then I lost the password to that one, so I ended up making a new one, this one, and I've been uploading to it ever since. Making videos, I used to do it only on a tablet, but as of last year I got a computer and have been able to actually make better videos. But I was hoping that even though I was stuck on a tablet, you wouldn't be able to tell. Like, at least there would be a considerable amount of videos that, well, it was obvious I was playing something on a phone or on a tablet, but I was hoping that the editing would make it suffice as a normal video, but I guess not. And I don't mean to sound ungrateful for the growth that I have made, because I am. I just still can't help the disappointment of the lack of momentum. Because all of those subscribers kind of came in bursts. I've only started recently passively gaining subscribers, and it's even more demeaning that now my motivation has been shot down yet again by one of the biggest events in history as of recent, since the pandemic. And I gotta say, my general mental health hasn't been doing great either. Again, this is definitely oversharing to an audience that probably won't watch anyway. But being stuck with interacting with most of my friends, and I mean most of my friends, there are only like any number between 2 to 5 of them that I get to see in person. And living in a state so heavily biased against my kind and just generally antisocial due to the lacking quality of life, I just find it tremendously hard to keep myself in a good headspace, because one of the things I've always wanted the most is just people in my life, people around me, people who like me, who I like being around, people who I don't have to feel like I'm trying to impress, that I just can be around and we synergize, we vibe. I want to have places to go, I want to have things to do. While school was a very close thing to that, school was also hell because all of my high school found out I was a furry, and I was bullied ever since. So I didn't really get too much in terms of regular social interaction outside of my friend group there either. And since graduating school, I've basically been stuck in my room most of the time. I've wanted to get a job, but I just keep staring at the application and not really filling it out because, like, ADHD mixed with autism isn't exactly a fun combo, especially where I land on both spectrums. Which is also why I have issues with content making, because content making, if you really, really want to succeed, you can only do one type of video with occasional variety. You can't actually be a variety channel. Even if you're doing 2 separate series of videos, one's going to underperform. It's an unfortunate, but aggravatingly prevalent truth that I've learned. Which is why it annoys me all the more when people reply to my "you don't care about small creators" video saying that I only want to do YouTube for the money, or it's the way that I'm handling YouTube that's the issue, or just you should just make what you want instead of... It's just like, What do you think I've been trying to do, dumbass? I made that video because I was in a spot where I just hit a realization that you can only do so much when 6% of people even get past the midsection of your video. They say if you keep going and keep doing what you do, you'll find your audience eventually, but like, sometimes it takes a long while, and I'm not exactly someone who's had luck finding proper and consistent success anywhere, really. And I think the biggest hindrance is that I work the best with other people, and it's not like I can really bring my friends into the editing process without them getting bored or just not having anything to say about it. And I wanted to start making YouTuber friends. Then I made YouTuber friends, and sad thing is, all of us YouTuber buddies also have our own friend groups, so we don't exactly talk the most commonly. And I guess the biggest summary is just that I've been struggling a lot with consistently making friends. Which is, yeah. Just meeting people, being around people, having a comforting, any amount of social sphere that I can be around. I know other people are more on the introverted side, and I'm an ambivert, so I can sympathize with both sides, but I always end up finding people who are also introverted. A lot of other people, almost everyone else that I know, are all introverts. I hardly know an extrovert. I just feel really stuck a lot of the time. And now the entire country is in chaos, so I can't even worry about that because I have to worry about if I'll have the privilege to worry about that in like a matter of months. Crossing my fingers this won't be the last Christmas I spend with my family. And I guess if I continue the trend of oversharing, I guess my hugest thing is that, like, I'm typically the person that my friends will go to. Like, I always advertise myself as that as well. I love being the one to talk to when people have something wrong going on. I love being the one that can stand in and be an actual guiding voice in their life when I know from experience how desperate it can be to not have a guiding voice. And while I've had to learn my fair share of balancing out how much I allow people to do that with me so they don't become dependent on me, it's still something I love doing. It's just becomes frustrating because the reason that I do it in the first place is still a thing. I don't exactly have any form of a guiding voice in my life. My family aren't exactly connected enough to have that be the case, and even then we don't see on a level of relatability to the point to where I could even get any advice, especially with how different things are now than they were when they were my age. It sometimes feels like I just would so benefit from having like a lot more of a healthy friend, at least, just one. Because like, then we could bounce off of each other's energy, but with a decent amount of my friends, I just end up having either a negative feedback loop or I'm the one that they bounce off of. So it's just the uploads on this channel have been inconsistent this year. That's why, and the election results and ongoing investigations on whether or not that stupid asshole cheated, because he cheats at everything else. Why the fuck wouldn't he? He technically shouldn't even be allowed to be president, given that he was found by the court to be responsible for an insurrection, which, doing that under oath is terms of not being able to be a president, but, you know, whatever, pal. This is just me yelling out to the void. Really. I'm gonna stop it there. I'm definitely not gonna edit this outside of taking my mic audio and putting it to my phone footage, but like, times suck right now. I want you to know that if things suck for you as well, let me know. Like, tell me in the comments down below. I would love to at least be able to have a discussion, you know, talk you through anything. I'm not exactly hosting a free therapy service here, but I'm willing to be a voice if you need one, especially if you're of this community and are struggling mentally with the scariness of it all, because yeah, it's really scary. And I understand that, and I can be here to help. I'm not exactly a giant YouTuber, so it's not like I'm going to be flooded with requests to the point where I can't help out people on an individual basis. I don't expect too many people to watch this video, so if you want to have a little conversation in the comments, if you even want to take it to Discord, just my Discord link's down below. You can find my Discord account through that. Let me know, but like, that's me venting my feelings out into the void, hoping that, I don't know, just getting them off my chest allows me to see more clearly. Or maybe I can chance my way into actually getting a friend that I can much more healthily play off of and bounce off of. But, yeah. No brief pause for the music this time, don't worry. Best of luck to everyone, and please, stay alive.